September 11th, 2001. A normal morning in America. People went to work. Children went to school. Flights took off like any other day. But within hours, the world would change forever. We all know the shocking images of towers falling. But there's so much most people never hear. The small choices, the hidden stories, and the courage that changed history. Stay with me until the end. Because once you hear the full story of 9/11, you'll never see that day the same way again. The day began quietly. New York was busy, full of life. Planes left airports without trouble. But while life looked normal on the surface, something dangerous was already happening in the skies. The first sign of trouble wouldn't even look like an attack. Not at first. 8:46 a.m. A plane slammed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. TV cameras rushed to the scene. People thought it was a terrible accident. But then, 17 minutes later, another plane hit the South Tower. In that instant, the truth was clear. This was no accident. This was a day that would be remembered forever. As people in New York ran in panic, the horror spread. At 9:37 a.m., another plane crashed into the Pentagon, the heart of America's defense. And then, Flight 93. A plane headed for another target. But what happened on Flight 93 would change everything. 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed. 10:28 a.m. The North Tower followed. Two of the tallest buildings in the world, gone in less than 30 minutes. New York turned into a cloud of dust and smoke. People covered in ash stumbled through the streets. But while tragedy filled the city, something remarkable was happening above Pennsylvania. On Flight 93, passengers learned what had happened to the other planes. They realized their plane was also part of the plan. But instead of waiting, they acted. They fought back against the hijackers. The plane never reached its target. Instead, it crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. Everyone on board died, but many lives in Washington, D.C. were saved. Some believed the target was the White House or the Capitol itself. Those passengers became heroes that day. Soon after, something happened that had never been done before. Every plane in America was ordered to land immediately. Thousands of flights grounded. The skies went silent. Families searched for loved ones. Leaders met in hidden rooms. Around the world, people sat in shock, watching their TVs, unable to look away. But what happened the next day, when the smoke cleared, would change the future for all of us. After the attacks, grief turned into unity. Strangers hugged, candles burned, flags waved everywhere. But behind the unity, big changes began. Airports became stricter. Security everywhere grew stronger. Governments expanded surveillance, and wars began that are still shaping our world today. Here's the truth. Many rules you live under right now, from airport checks to international politics, come directly from the events of 9/11. Today, more than 20 years later, the memory of 9/11 remains. Where the Twin Towers once stood, pools of water now shine, with the names of those who were lost. At the Pentagon and in Pennsylvania, quiet memorials mark the sacrifice. Every year, bells ring, names are read, and people remember. Yes, it was a day of pain, but also of bravery, unity, and resilience. 9/11 was a day when the world stopped. It showed how fragile life is, but also how strong people can be when faced with the impossible. If this story touched you, subscribe for more powerful moments from history. Because the past is not just gone, it's the key to understanding our future.